Today's discussion is on Introduction to Frozen Desserts. Meaning of frozen dessert. Frozen dessert is a dessert made by freezing liquid semi-solids and sometimes even solids. They may be based on flavored water, on fruit purees, on milk and cream, on custard, on mousse, and others. Classification of frozen desserts. Frozen desserts are classified into still frozen and churned frozen. Still frozen desserts. This range of desserts is not churned or stirred but allowed to freeze as it is. Some examples of still frozen desserts are granitas, kulfi, and parfait. Types of still frozen dessert. Granitas. Granitas or granita is an Italian dessert that is similar to sorbet with regard to ingredients. This is made by combining fruit juices and sugar and allowing it to still freeze in a large flat container such as gastronome trays. Granitas, however, have low concentration of sugar. This is so because large ice crystal formation is the desired texture for this dessert. Granitas can also be called shaved ice in English. Parfaits. Parfait in French means perfect. It has a creamy texture that is not a result of churning. The parfait can be flavored with a range of ingredients, but flavors such as coffee, vanilla, chocolate, liqueurs such as kirsch and orange are most commonly used for flavoring them. Kulfi. Kulfi is among the most common still frozen desserts in India. In this, the milk is reduced to thick sauce-like consistency, which is known as rabdi. The rabdi is then flavored with sugar, chopped nuts, saffron, and other flavorings as required and poured into small conical molds made of clay or metal. Churned frozen desserts. These desserts are churned constantly during the freezing cycle. The process of churning and freezing at the same time does not allow water crystals to form, and the resulting desserts are smooth and creamy. The texture or mouthfeel of the churned frozen desserts depend upon several factors such as types of the churned frozen dessert, ingredients used in its preparation, the process of making the mixture, the equipment used in churning. These are few examples of churned frozen desserts. Types of churned frozen dessert. French ice cream. This type of ice cream is commonly enriched with egg yolks and butter. Full cream milk is combined with dairy cream and sugar and is cooked with whipped egg yolks until a thick sauce is formed. Thereafter, flavors and stabilizers are added and the mixture is allowed to cool in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours before it can be churned. Refrigerating the mix overnight develops flavors and matures the ice cream mixture. American ice cream. American ice cream is made in the same manner as French ice cream but without the addition of eggs. Eggs have an ability to stabilize the mixture and make it creamier because of its emulsifying properties. Since American ice creams do not have eggs, it is necessary that some ice cream stabilizers are added to the mixture. Ice milk. These are ice creams made with dairy products that have low butterfat content. These are very popular among people who are conscious of their calorie intake and have dietary restrictions. Eggs and butter are never added Frozen yogurt. This ice cream can be made in French, American, or ice milk style. It contains yogurt in addition to the milk and cream. The recipes are always adjusted for milk and cream when yogurt is added. The preparation of frozen yogurt can yield a better product when regular ice cream mixture is set with a culture of yogurt and then churned as a normal ice cream. This method results in a smooth and creamy product. Gelato is the Italian version of ice cream. It is generally made with very low fat content and are often made using only milk and no dairy cream. Since most of the gelati are made without cream, fat, and other emulsifiers and stabilizers, the resulting product does not have too much of overrun. This gives the ice cream rich mouthfeel since it easily melts down in the mouth. Sorbet. Sorbet is derived from the Persian word sherbet. In English, the term water ice is commonly used in place of sorbet. In Italian, these are called sorbetto. Sorbets are used as one of the courses in the French classical menu and usually are served in the middle of the meal before the main course is served. Bombe. Bombe is a dessert made with a combination of churned frozen desserts such as ice cream or sorbets and parfaits. Depending upon the chef's creativity, bombes can be made in many flavors and combinations. The inner surface of the mold is lined with an ice cream or sorbet, and the cavity is filled with parfait mixture and frozen again. Other forms of frozen dessert: frozen mousses and soufflés. Mousses and soufflés are classical French desserts that are served chilled or used as a filling for various cakes and pastries. A whole range of desserts can be prepared by still freezing mousses and soufflés to impart a different texture altogether to the final product. Iced charlottes. Charlottes are usually made in shapes of cakes, or they can be made in spherical dome-shaped mold known as charlotte mold, as for bombes. The mold can be lined with sponge fingers or with slices of Swiss roll pastry. In case outer covering is sponge fingers, then it is known as charlotte russe, and if it is covered with slices of Swiss roll, then it is known as charlotte royale. Iced gâteau. The cake sponge is moistened with flavored syrups and layered with ice cream or choice of ice creams. The top of the cake is iced with whipped cream or as per the chef's choice. Baked Alaska. It is also known as soufflé omelette surprise because of the baked look of whipped egg whites on the outside and frozen ice cream inside. Baked Alaska is also commonly known as Norwegian omelette and is made by lining a mold with Genoa sponge. Another classical frozen dessert is cassata. This dessert popularly comes from Italy and is made by layering 3 different kinds of ice creams and sorbets lined with a layer of Genoa sponge. Some cassatas are also made by layering the molds with ice creams and filling with a mixture of Italian meringue, whipped cream, and candied nuts. Fried ice cream. This dessert hails from Mexico, where it is commonly known as helado frito. It is also commonly seen in China. The surface of the ice cream is hot while the core is frozen and cold. Sundaes and coops. Assorted ice creams and sorbets are combined in small metal cups known as coops, and hence the name. Sundaes are combined in shallow dishes, allowing the coops to be decorated liberally with fresh whipped cream, fruits, and nuts. When the same layered in long glasses, they are commonly known as parfaits in America. This was a session describing various forms of frozen desserts. Thank you.